Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing and possibly finishing Pentiment. So let's dive into our save. So if you remember, at the end of the last episode we had been reunited with Andreas Maler, who's been living in Tassing, hidden, for 20 odd years since the fire. Unfortunately Casper, his apprentice, did die in the fire rescuing him, which is a shame, but it kind of explains that imagery on the mural that he painted in the old church, the old abbey. And he's been protecting us as we've been doing the mural. That's what he says. So, got no reason to doubt him. We're in the aqueduct at the moment, trying to find our way to the Mithraeum, I think it's called. Apparently, there's a true history of Tassing that no one knows. So we're going to try and find it out. The decoration. These must have been in the baths. It doesn't look like there's a way through. Silt. All the floods kept carrying it down here. Hundreds of years of floods. What if we can't get through? What if it's buried forever? It's too early to get this discouraged. Let's keep looking. Yeah, there's nothing here, is there? So. What about our... Oh, no, we've got our lamp showed away. More stairs down. Would something be below the baths? A hippocaust. They use warm air to heat the rooms above. Roman colonies in the north often had them. Let's hope these haven't filled with silt as well. I've actually seen this in real life. There's Roman... I've been to the Roman baths in Bath, and they look a bit like this. Do you know where we're going? These pillars just kind of go on in all directions. Andreas, could you look that way? I think I'm going to try exploring ahead. Of course. Okay, we're Andreas again for the first time in a while. Lorenz. How could you abandon your work, Andreas? I thought you were a true artist, a master of your craft. But all you created was misery.
Scapegoating an old widow didn't solve your problems, eh? Rot in hell, Andreas, you and all of Tassing.
An eye for an eye, Andreas. You may have condemned me, but in doing so, damned yourself as well. I did mostly condemn him out of spite, so that's true.
Master, why did you send me back into the flames?
I didn't. That's not me shaking the screen, by the way. That's happening in-game. Oh, no. No, this isn't right. Who's that? I can't be here right now. How did I get here? Andreas? You're still here. Yes, for a little longer. I thought I'd gone mad. Not yet. Not entirely. But you have been on this road for a long, long time. You must leave this place forever, Andreas. You must abandon it for good. But how? What can I do? I don't even know how I got here. This was once a place of refuge for you, Andreas. But it has become a prison you constructed to protect yourself. From what? From pain, from risk, from life itself. But I can't stay here. I have to help Magdalene. How do I get out? Andreas, you are the architect. I will help you as best I can, but you are the only one who can answer that. Alright, I think, where are we trying to get to that will help? I can't see any way out of this final layer. Or indeed, anyway... Oh. Are we walking... Oh, okay, we're walking on the white bits. Okay, forgive me. So, where do we want to get to then? I don't know, anywhere on the outer rim, probably. Hello, Andreas. Is that you, Sabine? Yes, of course, I'm still here. Part of me will always be here with you. We haven't talked in so long. Why? You reminded me of August. Remind me. It wasn't all bad, Andreas. We lost him, but we had 4 years together. They were happy years, weren't they? It's hard to remember. The great black pain blots out all of the joy. I know. It was hard for both of us. I don't blame you for anything. And you should stop blaming yourself. It may be too late for us, but it's not too late for you, Andreas. It's not too late for Magdalene. Yes, Magdalene. I have to help her. You can, Andreas, but you have to leave this place behind for good. I know, I can. I will. You will. Thank you, Sabine. Will I ever see you again? Not in this place. But maybe someday, in a better place. In a better dream.
Master Andreas?
Oh, Caspar. It's really you.
It's so good to see you again, Master.
How can you say that? You died because of me.
I just wanted to help you, Master Andreas. You couldn't think straight. You shouldn't blame yourself anymore.
I let my family down, I let you down. I couldn't stop Peter, couldn't save Tassing. I couldn't even save more than a couple of armfuls of books.
You did what you could, Master. Everyone knows you did. And that's all any of us can do.
All right, Caspar. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you taught me.
Eek. Wait, what happened? This was the way out. Before I started to talk to Caspar, I know this was the way out. Your mind is fighting itself, Andreas. It remembers the pain of life. It's trying to protect you from it. Beatrice? Yes? I thought you were gone. You brought me back. Oh. So, what do I do now? Keep going. How do we get onto this track? I don't know. Maybe it's going to change again. Is this the right way? You too? It's been so many nights, so many years without seeing your face. It's been so many nights, so many years without seeing your face. I thought I'd forgotten it. I know there's nothing I could have done, but that doesn't make me feel any less guilty. It's always there under the surface, no matter how I try to bury it. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It's all right. What?
It's all right, Daddy.
It is?
You don't have to hide here anymore.
What about you and Caspar and your mother?
We're not really here. And there are people who need you.
What if I can't help them?
I don't know, Daddy. I'm too little. I think you have to figure that out on your own.
Oh, of course. You're right. Thank you.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too. Good night, August.
Good night.
The exit's still... Oh, they shifted again, the walls. I'm still trying to protect you. No. It's not. No, I don't have to do this. This is my mind, my maze, and I'm leaving. Good. This next part might be confusing. What? I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. Why are you holding the maze? Two things are merging in your mind. You and... There are layers to everything, even our memories. Over time, the foundations become buried. We can no longer recall how we got here, no longer recall what came before. And what came before? Our Lady watching over the labyrinth as I watch over you. And even this has roots that reach deep into the past. There was not always a lady to watch over the labyrinth, but there was a labyrinth. What? I don't understand. Sister Amelie? Oh, let's just take this in before I proceed. The Sister Amelie, holding a statue of, or the head of a statue of Mars. This looks like the Mithraeum. Is this real? Am I still in my mind? You are here with me, and we are here in spirit. Are we still in the ruins? We are in the tabernacle, the heart of the labyrinth. Your spirit was wandering, and the Lord brought you here. But I don't understand. How did you leave your cell? I have not. We are only here in spirit, Andreas. Is this real? Am I finally experiencing that which I have only read about in the testimony of mystics? Reading cannot communicate a spiritual experience. But yes, this is real, and you do not need be afraid. Have faith. If you are here with me, it is the Lord's will. Andreas? Sister Amelie? What are you doing here, sister? This is the center of the labyrinth, the tabernacle. It is where the Lord sends my spirit to do his will. He has also guided your spirits here. There must be a purpose to it. Sister, we're looking for the Mithraeum. Is this it? Mithraeum? No. This is the tabernacle, not a place of wood and stone, but a place of spirit. The Lord has called me to this place for many years. He has always made his will known to me. Soon he will make it known to you. Sister, how does your spirit come to this place? Through the door between life and death. When my spirit hears the call, it descends through my grave. Here the Lord tells me what messages I must bear, and to whom. You deliver messages? Yes, once, long ago, I was a scribe. I copied many works of the great church doctors, Origen in particular. That all ended with the fire. It ended with my life. Wait, I thought I'd given up the pen forever, until the visions returned. No. When fire took my abbey, I couldn't save my sisters, not one. All I could grab was a single book and a bolt of cloth. I couldn't understand why God had spared me alone. But he showed me. God had a higher purpose for me, for my hand. Father Thomas explained it to me. He makes everything clear. He tells me what I must do, what the Lord wills me to do. It was you. This whole time you wrote the notes. I found one by my dad when he was attacked. Sister Amelie, you pushed those people into committing murder. What? No, that can't be true. The Lord would not use me for such a purpose. But that's what happened, sister. You wrote those notes, and people were murdered because of them. No, I wouldn't. He wouldn't. There was nothing in his messages about murder. No. I'm not here. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Ah! Sister Amelie, shush, it's all right. Father Thomas, how did you get down here? Tassing is an old place. It's buried many ancient roads and tunnels over the centuries. People walk above the hidden ways every day without even knowing it. Though in truth it was Sister Amelie who rediscovered them first and found this place. Wait, the dimensions of this room. This is the foundation of the church. Father Thomas, did you? In other circumstances I would be overjoyed to see you, Andreas. In truth, I am still happy you're alive, thank God. But I think the occasion of this reunion leaves little to rejoice about. You knew about this place? You and Sister Amelie were behind all of the murders? No, she had no part in this. But the notes, she wrote them. She did, but she did not understand their purpose. I guided her. I told her what to write. You abused her love and her trust for your own purposes. He who wishes to follow love's way must regard neither cost nor shame, nor pain. He must stand to everything, even her most terrible commands. I am ashamed to admit it, but yes, I did. To what end? What was the point of all of this? Look around you. What do you see? Roman ruins? Look closer. It looks like the statue of Saint Moritz from the meadow. And the images of Saint Satia from the shrine. I don't understand. It's Saint Moritz and Saint Satia, and Mars and Diana. The saints of the gods? When the Romans left Tassing, their buildings, their temples, their statues remained. Christians settled here centuries later. They found time-worn fragments of that imperial grasp. This statue of Mars Pater that once watched over the Roman fields stood there still, headless and nameless. They settled, believing it was Saint Moritz, who was already a legend where they had come from. They found the shrine to Satia, and, not understanding she was an aspect of Diana, believed she was another local saint. So the people turned them into saints. Sanctity and sainthood exist outside of what people believe, Magdalene. People cannot turn someone into a saint any more than they can unmake the divinity of Christ. But they knew of the saints and learned local legends of the region and applied them to the figures they found here. No one knew they were Roman gods because there was no account of what the Romans did and left here. Except for Historia Tassiae. But Historia Tassiae was not known then. Perhaps it had not even been written then. Who knows how long that book had been lost, before it made its way to Father Matthias. And you killed him for it. Yes, with poison. No one suspected. He died of poison and no one suspected? It must have been quite subtle. His death was unexpected, but I was the only person he confided in about what he had read in Historiae Tassiae. When Father Matthias learned that there was no evidence that St. Moritz had ever come to Tassing, that the shrine to him in the meadow was a statue of Mars that the Romans had erected hundreds of years ago, that St. Satia was the Roman goddess Diana, he resolved to deal with it. And you resolved to deal with him. Andreas, our people believe in St. Moritz. They believe in the miracles God has worked through his hand. And they believed in the legend of St. Satia, that she held Moritz and watches over Tassing still. And that was worth killing the abbot? I believed it was then, yes. If St. Moritz never came to Tassing, what is in the reliquary? What are the pilgrims coming to see? What does it mean for the people who prayed to him, to St. Satia, and believed their prayers were answered? What does it mean for the church that has given people hope, fixed like a false star in a dark sky? If the people have reason to doubt the validity of the saints, can they doubt the church? Can they doubt the gospel, the work of God? Perhaps some would, but you've always told us that we have to accept Christ of our own free will. Yes, of course, but preserving the legends of our saints doesn't interfere with individual volition. You're preserving a lie. I preserved a lie to illuminate greater truth.
God so loved the world that he gave his only son. If you believe this, if you truly believe this, eternal life is yours. And saints have walked among us, and their relics work miracles, and they hear our prayers and answer them.
And the two that protect this town would never hear.
They don't need to know that, Andreas. There are times when God feels so far away from us in these mountains. But a peasant in Tassing can stand in a field, look over our valley and say, Saint Moritz was here. God was with us, and he is with us still, and he will be with us always. And that is the truth, even if the legend of Saint Moritz is a lie.
So many people have died because of what you've done. I know this is hard to believe, but I was trying to save lives, to prevent death. Well, one murder didn't solve the problem, did it? Because one day Baron Rothvogel rode into town with another copy of Historia Tessiae, a copy he promised to give to the abbot so Kearsau could come to terms with its past. And if Father Gurno read its contents, you would be facing the same danger you saw in Father Matthias.
In retrospect, given how Father Gurno chose to run the abbey, my fears may have been unfounded.
That sentiment didn't prevent you from doing it again.
You're right, it didn't.
But then why Otto? Certainly he didn't have anything to do with Historia Tessiae. He couldn't even read. In the end, his murder provoked Peter and the others into destroying the abbey.
I never thought that would happen. I underestimated Peter's anger and the peasants' frustration.
So you killed him to prevent an uprising, but it caused it instead. Someone else killed him as someone else killed Baron Rothvogel. And it wasn't to prevent an uprising, but to stop him from showing people what he found. What he found when he was helping to dig the foundation of the Rathaus. The walls of the aqueduct? No, everyone knows about the old aqueducts. That wouldn't cause alarm. What he found was a stone head. The missing head of the statue in the meadow. The statue at the shrine of Saint Moritz. How did it wind up over there?
Most likely culprits are rain, floods, and time.
Black Till told me that farmers find old tools and pottery in the fields every year.
Yes, and this head remained hidden for centuries. It sat in the soil until Otto found it, and he was going to show everyone that God had favoured the town with his discovery. What Otto could not know is that our shrine statue was not of Saint Moritz, because Otto could not read the words chiselled across the helmet, Mars Pater.
But the man he entrusted with this information, the town priest, could.
Yes.
And you told him to meet you on St. John's Eve at the Rathaus.
I could not let him destroy our town's beliefs.
And you had poor Sister Amelie write down what you told were her visions she couldn't remember, and deliver them in the dead of night to Guy, to Hannah, to Martin, so that one of them would murder Otto, just as someone murdered Lorenz. What about my father?
I'm sorry, Magdalene.
Why did you do it? It doesn't make any sense. Was it because of the mural?
Yes. Klaus pursued the project with the determination of a guilty man doing penance. He kept digging and digging for answers about Tassing's past, Kearsau's past. I was afraid that sooner or later he would find out about Moritz, Saskia, this place, everything.
So you tried to kill him?
No, I tried to scare him. First with the note, but he ignored it. I thought if I ransacked the workshop it would scare him off. I didn't expect him to come down so quickly. It was just an accident.
It wasn't an accident. You almost killed him.
I know.
So what are you going to do now? Kill me? Kill Magdalene?
No, of course not. I have neither the means nor the will to do so. But even if I can't stop you from telling people what I've done, I can stop them from finding this place. No, Father Thomas, stop. It's too late for me, but I can still take Tassing's secrets with me.
Father, you're going to kill us all. You're going to kill Amelie.
Then leave and take her with you. You can tell the townsfolk what you want, but if you stay here, we'll die together. You'd really kill yourself and destroy the church just to hide this secret? Churches can be rebuilt more easily than faith. I'm willing to pay the price for that.
Father!
Go!
Are you alright? I think so, you? In truth, no, but I survived. And so did she. They must have heard that at the Golden Hand. Oh, an awful way to end a beautiful Christmas night. What are we going to tell them? What do you mean? About this? About everything? Why wouldn't we just tell them the truth? For the same reason Father Thomas hid it. Please explain your thinking. I'm just not sure it makes sense. What good will it do to tell everyone about St. Moritz and St. Satia? Maybe Father Thomas was right about that, if nothing else. Maybe it would break their faith. I think he's wrong. I think people here have enough faith to hear the truth. You know them better than I do, especially since I've been away for so long. You came back after all this time to solve this, but it's hard to feel like we actually accomplished anything. Are we any better off than we were this morning? Father Thomas won't be able to hurt anyone else. Maybe he never would have. I think you're right. We should tell them. About the saints, the Romans, all of it. I hate that doing the right thing feels so awful. I'm sorry. I am too, but I still think it's what we need to do. Then we'll tell them. Good. We should get Sister Amelie someplace warm. We can take her to my house. You'll probably have some explaining to do. A lot, I think. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad you didn't die in that fire. I am too. I think. Merry Christmas, Andreas. Merry Christmas. He looks a bit like Father Christmas. Oh! Magdalene, you made it back. Andreas and Sister Amelie and I all made it back. Sister Amelie? Was she in the church? I heard a terrible din and the house shook. Is everything all right? I don't think so, Dad, but it will be. Are you all right, Dad? Yes, I'm sorry. Just tired. Sit by me. Tell me what happened. It started in the rat house, well, the Rathskeller. Andreas found an old Roman message there that pointed to the Mithraeum. Oh. So we went into the aqueduct. The section we found must have been closed off for centuries. We found an old Roman bathhouse. We couldn't go through, so we found our way down to a level under the baths. I think Andreas said it was a hippocaust. I got separated from Andreas. I was really afraid I'd lost him, that we'd both gotten lost down there. But then I heard his voice off in the distance, and I was so relieved. Dad? Are you still listening? Oh dear. Well, made it to Christmas. Holy shit. It's March, April. It's like almost 4 months after the events we've just seen. I know it's hard. I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is. But we will all do our best to make you feel welcome when you get here. It's strange to think this will probably be the last letter I send to you. So I will end it with my love. Esther. Magdalene? Ooh. Yes? I am sorry to disturb you, but I want to let you know that everything is in order. Baltas has ensured that all of the financial matters will be handled. The money will be forwarded to you via the Reichspost as soon as everything is settled. I appreciate it. Please thank him for me. Thank him for everything. Of course, Mistress Dorklin. I did not know your father well, but I know that he was well regarded by everyone who spoke of him. It seems that Tassing has lost many things in one man. I am very sorry. Thank you. Good fortune to you. Well, looks like we're leaving, doesn't it? Can't go that way, gotta go out. Are you sure you have everything you need, Magdalene? I think so, thank you. I made you something to take with you on the road. It's chamomile, cinnamon and wheat flour. If you're travelling and having cramps... I know, I'll use it. Well, Hildegard's recipe just called for chamomile and wheat flour. I added the cinnamon for taste. I'm so sorry about what happened to your father. Thank you. Mother Franziska had us all say prayers for him. And for you as well when she heard you were leaving. Really, that's so sweet. Please thank her for me. I will. We'll all miss you so much, Magdalene. I'll miss you too. God bless you. Safe travels. Veronica, whose accent I never really did pin down. Let's make her Irish. Magdalene, I can't believe you're really leaving. I'll miss you all dearly. The boys will miss you even more. Yours at least. Oh, don't tease him. I think he's really having a hard time of it, despite appearances. I'll go easy on him. Oh, that's kind of you. I appreciate it. Safe travels and God bless you. There is Utz. Oh, there's the church. What's accent was West? Oh, hey, Mags. Utz. Oh, I'm really sorry about your dad. He was always nice to me. My mum says he was a good man. He was a good dad. Well, thanks. I should get going. Mags? Magdalene? You sure you don't want to marry me? I'm sure. No. Oh. Well, that was a fast answer. Didn't even have to think about it. Look after your mother, Utz. Sorry, Utz, you're a nice guy, but... Yeah. Elias? Good morning, Mistress Druckrin. Are you off so soon? Yes, Father. Just saying my last few farewells. Of course. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to know you or your father. God rest his soul. I am too. Don't let those Bohemians put any heretical ideas in your head. Once their pernicious seeds take root, they can choke the faith right out of you. I'll keep my guard up, Father. Good, good. Keep the faith. God bless you, Father Elias. God bless you and your travels. I've got Emily. God bless you as well, Sister Emily. Are you leaving today? I am, just heading up the hill to the mill in a bit. I'm so sorry for everything that happened. I know, it's all right now. Thank you for helping me. Do you know what you'll do now? Will you become an anchoress again? I don't know, honestly. Father Elias is trying to help me, but I need to learn to rely on my own judgment a little more. It's going to take a long time to atone for my part in what happened. Perhaps the rest of my life. You were tricked, we all were. Even so, I must make amends. I am writing an account of what happened here, as well as I can remember it anyway. If it is not enough to earn forgiveness, I pray that it will at least illuminate this history of great darkness. Good, it's worth remembering. God bless you, Sister Amelie. God bless and keep you safe on your travels, Magdalene. Oh, I guess we're going up to the mill then. Magdalene, this is it? It is. Time for me to leave. Oh, good. Get you out of this cursed town swallows you. Tassing will bring you nothing but anguish and misery. Elsa, I hope one day you will find a path out of your sorrow. God willing, though I'm doubtful. Stay safe on the road. These are still dangerous times. We'll be fine. Look after your family. Paul, Anna, your grandkids still need you. I'll do what I can. They are what little I have left. Without them. Never mind. Godspeed, Magdalene. Oh, look at is this Andreas? Look at him. He's all old and shorn. Got a horse and carriage. Oh, sure, I look all right. Of course, Andreas, you look perfectly respectable. You're a little worse for wear, but a good sight better than you were. It was kind of the women to help clean me up. I'm afraid I've forgotten how to look after myself. Now, some would say you took care of yourself quite admirably. How many men here could have survived in a burned-out cellar for the better part of 20 years? Subsisting on our discarded rye, no less. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Andreas, we already told you, it's all right now. Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. Are you off soon? Hello, yes, I'm riding with your flower to Mittenwald and then down the Isar. I'm sorry to see you go, Magdalene, but I hope Prague is everything you've dreamed of. If it's half the city Esther describes, I'm sure I'll love it. You have a chance to make a life of your own there. God knows I've squandered so much of mine. Use the time you have and use it well. I will. I don't know how, but I will. I wish he could have seen it, Andreas. I know. He would have loved it. I hope so. I know so. That's kind of you to say. We all need words of encouragement, and besides, it's the truth. Magdalene, I wanted to ask you something about the mural before you go. I thought it was supposed to cover the whole wall. Why did you leave a section blank? For the future. And this history is going to stop in Tassing the moment I roll down the road. I think your wagon's about to leave. Oh, it is. Hardly feels like enough time. Aww. Thank you for everything you did for me, for my family. God bless you, Andreas Maler. Andreas? Are you alright? I'm lost. That's alright. You're welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Besides, you can't leave yet. The children require your expertise. Oh? They're up on the mill, the walkway. I'll have supper ready when you're done. Just remember that you're always welcome in our home, Andreas. Thank you. I hope we'll get to see the mural. New generation of artists.
I wanted to see the mural. Whew. Well, there we go. Oh, no, this is the mural. Let's look at it. Oh, the human sacrifice thing with Perkta. It's the sister found in the abbey. Or Lady Kirsau, whatever her name was. There's Otto addressing the townspeople with the soldiers in the background. There's the Mithraeum underneath the church.
Das küsste mich auf Deutsch und sprach auf Deutsch. Man glaubt, es kaum
Does that say Kronka? What's that? Maybe that's grandfather or something.
das Wort, ich liebe dich.
Nice Varric there.
Ich liebe dich. Es war ein
Andreas Maler. Debated all
Das Wort, ich liebe dich.
that. He became the No, Andreas Maler was the little boy that was named after Andreas, wasn't he? There we go. And there we go. That's the end of Pentiment. I'm a little sad, actually. I got a bit emotional, actually, watching that go over the various murals and stuff. Yeah, it was. I get that this is not a game, perhaps, for everyone.
It's hard to really define what sort of game it is. I mean, it's a mystery game, but there isn't. You never get any feedback on the mysteries as you think they were done. I didn't want to get Attilia killed in the first one, but I lacked the evidence to save her. I was able to point the finger at Brother Guy. He definitely was a thief. I don't know if he was the one who actually murdered Otto. It's possible. It's possible other people did it. We never found out. But we know that Father Thomas was the one pulling the threads, as it were. And he kind of took himself out in the end. But it's a game that tells the story of this town, both from its ancient times to its current people, and then through the generations and the families, and through the way they lived at this time in history. The part that religion played in their lives, the part that the lords and the abbeys and whatever sort of played in their lives, and it's very much sort of a snapshot of that period. I think it was. I think it's brilliant. I think it's really good, and it's still on Game Pass for anyone watching this video. So if you don't think you want to buy it necessarily, I don't think it really would have any replay value. Not for me anyway. Then try it out there, because I think it's a really good game. It's really well written. And there are emotional beats to the story as well that I enjoyed. I think others would too. So thanks very much for watching. One final time, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pentiment. If you did, then please do hit the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. That would be fantastic. And, leave me comments. Let me know what you think about the game, about this playthrough. Were you surprised that Andreas was still alive? Were you surprised that Father Thomas was the guy pulling all the strings in town? Let me know. I'm interested to hear what you think. So I'll say goodbye for one last time and say that I hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dad Gaming for other playthroughs. Bye for now.